Hello again, everybody. I'm Ed Robinson, and welcome to another edition of Robinson Responds. I'm just here to give you my thoughts on the 8th Monday Night Football game of the 2024 NFL regular season, plus some news on Stephon Diggs and the Indianapolis Colts, as well as the Baltimore Ravens getting a trade. So let's start off with Monday Night Football, where we had the New York Giants taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. So the Steelers would go on to beat the Giants 26-18. Russell Wilson, another solid performance, him being the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He completed 20 out of 28 passes for 278 yards and a touchdown pass. Najee Harris had 19 carries for 114 yards. Jaylen Warren had 9 carries for 46 yards. George Pickens had 4 catches for 74 yards. Van Jefferson had 4 catches for 62 yards. And Calvin Austin III had a game for the ages, 3 catches for 54 yards to go along with a receiving touchdown and a punt return touchdown. And on the defensive side, T.J. Watt recorded 5 tackles, including 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. Also, Alex Highsmith recorded 2 sacks, and Beanie Bishop recorded an interception. Meanwhile, on the losing side, for the Giants, quarterback Daniel Jones completed 24 out of 38 passes for 264 yards and an interception. Tyrone Tracy Jr. had 20 carries for 145 yards and a rushing touchdown. Darius Slayton had 4 catches for 108 yards, and Malik Neighbors had 7 catches for 71 yards. All right, some takeaways from this game. First off, the Steelers' offense. Since Russell Wilson has become the starting quarterback, the Steelers' offense flows so smoothly. Not only does Russell take command of the offense, but most importantly, when you think of Russell Wilson, 3 things come to my mind. Number 1, his athletic ability. Number 2, the ability to throw on the run. And number 3, when he's given pass protection, he can throw the deep ball. Russell Wilson has one of the sweetest deep ball throws really of all time. Of all the quarterbacks that can throw the ball, just throw the ball down the field and it looks so beautiful, Russell Wilson is one of those quarterbacks, and he still possesses those 3. Now, he doesn't run as much as he used to, but he can still run, still use his athletic ability when necessary. So since Wilson's been the starting quarterback for the Steelers, the offense, it flows smoothly. The running game looks so much better. Najee Harris, another 100-yard rushing game for him. When the running game gets going, that opens up so many opportunities for Russell to do his thing in the passing game, like we saw Monday night with George Pickens and Van Jefferson, also Calvin Austin III. So one takeaway is clearly the Steelers' offense continuing to flow much better with Russell Wilson since he's been the starting quarterback. Another takeaway, Pittsburgh's defense. Alex Highsmith, 2 sacks in this game. Beanie Bishop recorded an interception towards the end of the game. But T.J. Watt, man, T.J. Watt definitely deserves strong consideration for Defensive Player of the Year. He's already won several Defensive Player of the Year awards, and it wouldn't surprise me at the end of the season that either he's going to win another one or he's definitely going to be in strong consideration for Defensive Player of the Year. T.J. Watt is just a menace, and again, we're watching a once-in-a-lifetime talent. You talk about the great defensive players like Lawrence Taylor and Reggie White and Michael Strahan and Warren Sapp, just to name a few, and as recent as Aaron Donald and even TJ's brother, T.J. Watt. Man, T.J. Watt is just a menace on defense, and it's great to see the greatness just continuing to go on with an upward for him. Another takeaway from this game is clearly the New York Giants quarterback situation. Daniel Jones, just a couple of seasons ago, he got a contract extension. I don't know why, but that's neither here nor there. He got the contract extension. I think that had something to do with the Giants going to that playoff game, even though they lost that wild card game to the Minnesota Vikings. But I still don't know why, but that's neither here nor there. Long story short, Daniel Jones struggled last night to make some throws, holding on to the ball too long. And I don't know what the future is going to hold for Daniel. Will the Giants honor the contract, the extension that was signed a couple of seasons ago, or will they try to make a trade and maybe get draft picks, or will they just release him? Only time will tell, but it still looks rough for the Giants. Now, they ran the ball very well with Tyrone Tracy Jr., 20 carries for 145 yards, and he had a rushing touchdown. So Tyrone was one of the few bright spots for the Giants in the Monday night loss. Also, Darius Slayton had a big game, 4 catches for 108 yards. And then Malik Neighbors, we talk about Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders and how Jaden is going to be the front runner for this year's Offensive Rookie of the Year. But his former college teammate at LSU, Malik Neighbors, Malik definitely deserves some strong consideration as well. He had 7 catches for 71 yards. And he got off to a very rough start, but he was able to pick it up a bit late in the second half. But the Giants, they've got a lot of work to do, and it's going to begin at that quarterback position. And I don't know, as I stated earlier, I don't know if the Giants are going to continue to be committed to Daniel Jones during the length of the contract, or could they pull strings and maybe trade him or maybe release him? Who knows what's going to happen, but bottom line is this, man. The Giants, they have a lot of work ahead of them, and it's not going to get any easier for them anytime soon. But again, the final score in Monday Night Football, the Pittsburgh Steelers 26, the New York Giants 18. Also, some other news to pass along to you. The Houston Texans, they announced that their wide receiver, Stephon Diggs, will miss the rest of the season after tearing his ACL in last Sunday's game against the Indianapolis Colts. Is a huge blow. Stephon Diggs, one of the best wide receivers in the league, somebody that is just super talented, extremely gifted, and that's a tough break for the Texans because they're already without their other big receiver, Nico Collins. He won't be returning anytime soon because he's currently battling a hamstring injury. But again, that's a big loss for the Houston Texans. Again, their wide receiver, Stephon Diggs, will miss the rest of the season after tearing his ACL in last Sunday's game against the Indianapolis Colts. And while we're talking about the Colts have announced that Joe Flacco will replace Anthony Richardson as the team's starting quarterback. So for those of you that may have been living under a rock, in the post-game press conference last Sunday, quarterback Anthony Richardson mentioned that he had gotten tired and he needed a break. There was a goal line situation that the Colts were in with an opportunity to score. So after several penalties were called on the team, Richardson goes over to the sideline and decides that they bring in the other quarterback, and he wanted to take a break. And he later revealed in the post-game press conference that he had gotten tired and he needed to sit out a play or two. And I don't know, if I'm Jim Irsay and Colts management, even head coach Shane Steichen, that would indeed rub me the wrong way. And they're pouring in a lot into Anthony Richardson. He's supposedly supposed to be team's franchise quarterback, and this isn't working out right now, especially if your quarterback comes out and says in the post-game press conference, he admits that he had gotten tired. He was tired, and that's why he came out for a play. That's just not good. And then on top of that, too, Richardson has not played well so far this year. He's been very inconsistent with an extremely low completion percentage. The Colts made the move, and Joe Flacco will be the team's starting quarterback, and he will start the Sunday night game against the Minnesota Vikings. And the Baltimore Ravens have picked up wide receiver Deontay Johnson in a trade from the Carolina Panthers. In the trade, the Ravens received Johnson and a 6th-round pick. As for the Panthers, they receive a 5th-round pick.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning into the channel.
remember to click like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.